Hello, my name is Nate and welcome to my art lab. I posted a really fun challenge to my Patreon group this month and it's all about creating custom colors. So we're starting with one basic color, we're lightening it and we're darkening it so that we end up with 3 different colors. And then I threw in an extra little challenge of adding in a metallic to that base color so you have 4 different colors. So it's an ombre color palette challenge, but the basic rules applied whether you're mixing different colors together or adding white or black or anything like that. So I'm going to do something a little bit different with my video today. I'm actually going to talk most of the way through, but I do consider myself more of a writer than a speaker. So if you want some additional details, check out the description box below. I'll have all of my hints and tips on how to create custom colors, not just ombre color palettes. And then all of the Patreons who do not have YouTube channels, I will include their photos of their final works at the end of this video. And then there's a premiere train of all of the YouTube channels who do, or all of the Patreons who have YouTube channels who will follow this video also. There will be a playlist in the video description. I hope you follow along. So thank you very much for being here and let's get down to mixing some paints. Okay, hello again. This is a bit of a different camera angle for me, so I'm gonna do my best to stay in frame. But the ombre color palette that I'm doing today is going to be based on one of the primary colors. This is primary blue, which is called Cyan. Every grade school kid knows that the primary colors are blue, yellow, and red. But in the world of pigments, that's not completely true. For the blue, Cyan is the primary color. For red, it is Magenta, and then there's also primary yellow. But also, in order to mix different colors, you have to also include in the primary colors white and black. So when you add a lighter color to a darker color, it's called tinting. When you add a darker color to a lighter color, it's called shading. So I'm going to tint this blue with white to create a lighter blue, and I'm going to shade this blue with some black to create a darker blue. And then I've mixed up some DecoArt some DecoArt Dazzling Metallics in Berry. In order to create a 4th color, I want kind of a purple tone here. So I'm going to mix this color into this and hopefully get something a little bit in the purple range. This is a very kind of a raspberry red color. So I think we'll end up with a really interesting purple metallic color. So that is the plan. So we're going to start with tinting. So one of the rules to mixing custom colors is you always add the darkest color into the lightest color. So we're actually going to start with a healthy amount of white in this cup. You can see that my paints are mixed very thick because it's always easier to start thick and then thin it down. It's much easier to get thinner than thicker. Okay, so a nice healthy amount of the white, and then we're just going to drizzle in a little bit of blue at a time. Just that much. We don't need a lot in order to lighten this blue. Give that a really good mix, and look at this beautiful sky blue that we're coming up with. Can you see that? I hope I'm still in frame there. Now I think I could go a little bit darker than that, so I am going to go ahead and add another little drizzle. It doesn't take much. The darker colors added into the light have a really strong effect, but it doesn't affect it nearly as much adding a light color onto a dark. It takes a lot more of that light color. Okay, that's a really pretty sky blue light. We're gonna go with that color. So then we will shade this blue with some black. So again, this is the darker color, so we're going to start with a healthy amount of the lighter color, which is the cyan in this case. And then we're just going to drizzle in a little bit of black. Black is very powerful. We don't need a lot of it. It's going to have a dramatic effect on this blue. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Look at that. I could make this a blue-gray by adding a little bit of white to that, and it would change the tone even more. Ooh, look at that pretty color. Wow. But you know what? I think I want that even a little bit darker, so I'm gonna add a little more black. Now, if I get too dark and I wanna lighten it back up again, I just add some more blue. But I'm really happy with that color right there. I think that's beautiful. So here's our ombre color palette. That's really fun. Okay, now let's do the metallic. Okay, so these two colors are very close in tone. Neither of them is lighter or darker than the other. So we should be able to use equal amounts of these two colors. So we'll start with that blue, which is our primary blue, cyan, and then try and do an equal amount of this color. And we'll mix this up. Oh yeah, what a pretty blue-violet color. Wow. But you know what? I want to try and get a little more purple than that. So I'm going to add a little more of this violet. See what that does. If I don't like it, I can just add some more blue back into it. Nope, that worked perfectly. Ooh, what a pretty color. Let's see if we can get that in there. Isn't that nice? Okay, so now we have, starting with cyan, we have 4 different colors. We have a sky blue, we have primary cyan, we have this really kind of, what kind of color is that? It's like a blue-gray color, and then we have a violet. And all of these colors came from just one. So now that we have, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 colors and we started with 4. I think that's really fun. Okay, so now let's do a pour using these colors. I think I just want to do a regular ring pour. How about that? Let me prep a canvas and let's get started.
Days of romantic prose and lilac wine. Nights out under the sky, watching stars align. Days of making sweet honey, Melissa. As warm as your breath on my chest, so calm. Now, baby, let the summer breeze carry us away.
So here's the wet result on my ombre wrecked ring pour. I really like this. I love the motion in it. These colors are fabulous. Getting into the details here, I did use a lot more paint than I needed for this small 16 by 16 inch canvas. You really only need about, I think 7 or 8 ounces of paint, and I think I used 12. So I ended up having to lose quite a bit of it, but I really like what I was able to keep. These paints were super thick, and I was using a plastic cup, so I got lots of fingerlings, which are great. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to wreck it, because I really love it when those lines go through those fingerlings. Look at that right there. Isn't that cool? I love that kind of motion. Really, really interesting. So I was able, because I used more paint than I needed to, than I technically needed, I was able to tip off the part that I didn't like the most. When you do a ring pour and you're going around like this, the part that kind of comes underneath is a lot more blended, and it kind of turned into a gray because there's white and black in there. Yeah, so I tipped off a lot of the gray, but look at that metallics that are shining in there. There's still some gray in this area here. There's that true purple. There's the cyan. I can see all of the blues that are in here. Look at this section right here. You can see the lighter blue, you can see the darker blue, you can see the custom purple that we created. Very, very cool. I love it. I love these details. That is the coolest section right there. I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. I hope you liked the tutorial and learned something from how to mix paints in different colors. And yes, stay tuned for, at the end of this video, for the Patreons who do not have YouTube channels. I'll post their photos coming right up next. And then follow along in the Premiere train for everybody else that does have YouTube channels for their own custom color creations, and hopefully some inspiration for you. So thanks again for watching, and come back and see me sometime.